welcome to All In. And all I gotta say is there's a guy named Green Beans, and he's my best friend right now. Guys, 8-0 in our Discord. Anthony, give us an intro. Guys hit 8 bets in a row.
Green Beans is going crazy. With that being said, listen, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell.
We're bringing him on the show next
We're
week.
bringing Green Beans on. He's earned it. He's a first half NBA killer.
It's time. It's time. It's period. All right, guys, make sure you comment. Give me a like. Kick this off. Our show needs it. It's playoffs. We want some ramp up. Here we go. Okay, Cowboys melted. I am a Cowboy fan. Wow. Like, I don't think coaching could have got any worse. Anthony and I talked about it before the show. They should have been running the ball more. They treat Tony Pollard like shit. I wish Tony would leave. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys not only melted, they had numerous instances within that game when they allowed the Packers to seamlessly have guys 40 yards downfield wide open.
I don't get it.
It's in one way I could say that's coaching, and another way I could say it's the NFL, and you're a grown-ass man making millions, and there's just no way that you can blow coverage and guys can, run 40 yards down the field. I've never seen it before.
What did scare me is pregame, I looked at it, and a lot of people were on the -7.
Yeah.
A lot.
And a lot of people just took the Cowboys ML and plugged them in their parlay this weekend.
Yeah, that was just it's like an easy ad.
Yeah.
Oh, -300. They're going to win. They're not
Blows
losing.
up everybody's par.
And it kills everybody's ticket. And it killed mine as well. So, okay. Texans and Stroud dominate Flacco. Okay. I think that this game was one. I think Stroud had a great game. I'm giving him kudos. A lot of people tell me I hate on him. It's not true. I love this guy, and I hate that NBC cut out the God part of his interview. That really pissed me off. That's poor. Our media is not our friend. So
that was pretty bad.
You want to know who your friend is? 2 guys at my house, me and Anthony, with our camera guy Edgar, who we love, and it's us shooting a show with no filter and no like
none of that facade.
You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that. That's ridiculous. Anyways,
that's true.
I think the Texans defense should get more respect right now than the Texans offense.
The Texans defense, I could not agree with you more, has been electrifying. Amazing. They are jolting the Texans team like insane. But listen, credit to D'Amico Ryan.
Did you see the video of D'Amico Ryan showing his DB, this is what Joe Flacco is going to do, and you're going to pick him off?
Right.
The next drive, you picked him off with that coaching.
Step down right in front of it into the flat.
Bang!
Yeah.
Like it's amazing.
Their defense is doing special things. I mean, I got to tell you, I did not see that coming.
Well, a lot of people are saying, is CJ Stroud the best rookie quarterback ever? Possibly.
He could be.
Possibly.
People say that's an overreaction, but when you break down the numbers and you look at what he's doing, if you look at the fact, how about this simple fact? You ready?
I'm ready.
A team that drafted second in the first round,
yes, is
now 1 game away from the AFC Championship.
It makes me hurt for the Bears. I don't know. I'm out of excuses. Like I'm out of stuff to say.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Kudos to D'Amico Ryan. Kudos to the staff. But we got someone else to talk about. And he's a little bit of an old dog. But, guys, Baker Mayfield and the Bucs.
How much did you love watching that?
Okay, so look at me. I had a bet and I watched it lose, but I was in a good mood. Because I was like, this is exactly the team that I said they were all year. I just thought that they would show it next round and not get embarrassed this round. And I mean, I was fully prepared to come in here today and say, guys, I'm going to lay $500,000 against the Eagles this week. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
The Eagles were a real team that actually mentally broke down right before our very eyes on national television for the last 4 weeks in a row.
I'd say 6 weeks, even though they got 1 win in there.
Sure. And then a lot of people said, well, they just can't possibly do that in the first round of the playoffs.
That's what I said. I think they're going to bounce back here. I think this is a public win. And I think they're going to get a win.
And then they just doubled down by getting absolutely bitch slapped in front of everybody on Monday night.
9 points.
Yeah.
9 points. They couldn't score if you paid them.
And they looked horrible.
The offense, I've been saying all year, they don't throw the ball downfield. How many screens is Sirianni going to throw?
Another team
Screen.
throwing the ball 1 through 4. Don't run the ball when you have a beautiful, maybe the best O-line in the league, and DeAndre Swift who could carry the rock. And what do? They let Hurts throw it a million times.
I'll tell you this. AJ Brown, I don't see him wanting to play there.
Oh, he's already removed all things off of social media.
That's what I heard.
Eagles related. Did not play in the game the other night.
That's what I heard.
Obviously, his frustration is very high.
Oh, it's showing.
There's a lot of guys on that team, though. You even seen Dallas Goedert during the game yell at Jalen Hurts.
The team's unfortunately blowing up.
Yeah.
It is. I'm going to let you take this next one because this one's for you. You had some people talking shit to you about this.
The Rams, they covered, by the way. For those of you who don't know how to gamble or what it's like, the Rams covered 3.5. I seen guys, you lost, you loser.
You bum bitch, you bum.
I said Rams plus 3.5, sprinkle the ML, which means smaller than the 3.5, and I gave you Stafford who threw for, 370.
Yeah, you did.
And you guys came at me hard, but that's okay. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, bottom line is...
Was the officiating bad in that game, yes or no?
The officiating was the worst I have ever seen in a game.
Did the NFL need the Lions to win that game?
It sure looked like it. I seen a pass interference or defensive holding, which one they want to call.
Yeah.
Last rep of the game for the Rams on 3rd and 14, a ball that Nakua would have gotten up and caught had the guy not pulled his jersey down backwards.
Agreed.
No call early. And then there was another pass interference where the guy got there way, way early over the top.
Saw that.
A little earlier in the game. I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't.
Someone asked me, this is a different game now, but it's the truth. I think the officiating was poor in that game. And some dirty hits, by the way, by the Lions. That's all I'm going to say. When you get Stafford to show emotion like that, just know you're probably guilty.
Exactly.
And the DB I think the DB knew that he was guilty.
Did you see that goof Dan Campbell say oh yeah, I think you are the real QB for Detroit? What did he say?
All I know is
that guy's a clown.
Dan Campbell just supports his players.
He's one of those fake tough guy. Like you remember Rex Kwon Do from?
Yes, I do.
What movie is that?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I know exactly.
You remember Rex Kwon Do? That's like what I see when Dan Campbell comes up there. He gets all like hardcore.
Do you know?
I can't stand guys like that.
Okay. I do think
really
he is
can't.
a psychopath, and I do think he is a great coach. But I think here he was in a really poor position where he was like, well, if he hits him in the head, it's targeting. And if he hits him in the knee, it's not targeting. But it could be his career.
Correct.
And that's very difficult to walk
I don't
that
disagree
line.
with that.
That's the hardest part.
If you want guys to stay away from the head, they're gonna go low, and then it's gonna pose as something dirty.
It's gonna cost you money. Okay.
That too.
What did the Chiefs prove in the first round of the playoffs against the Dolphins, beating their bootay in negative 15-degree weather?
For me personally,
yes. What did they prove?
Guys, X's and O's for me. They showed that they will man up against anybody.
Did you see
in the
that
playoffs.
jam on Hill?
Oh. Listen, Spagnuolo is a genius. He showed you in that game, we will man up on anybody, anywhere, anytime, especially in these conditions this time of year. We will go in attack mode, and I believe, honestly, they're going to let that defense take them as far as they can possibly take them. I think this is defense year for the Chiefs if they're going anywhere.
As the one reporter got caught saying, and it sounded weird, and his partner didn't like it, how long can the Chiefs ride that D? Because I think they can ride it pretty far and long.
I think they can too.
Yeah, no, seriously.
They can ride it far and long. They play man like that, beat guys into the dirt, get to the QB. They could last a little bit because Mahomes at the end of the day, if they get a little momentum defensively on offense, they'll spark something together.
That is the problem with the Chiefs is if they smell a little blood in the water, they're probably going to strike, and that should scare people. Okay, Tomlin. Is he staying in Pittsburgh? He seemed to just avoid it.
He's staying.
Which makes me believe he is staying. There's no question of staying.
Today they pretty much solidified he will be with the...
extend him or just say, no, he's staying?
He's staying.
Is there an extension?
No, but he's staying.
Okay.
They're saying he's staying. He's saying he wants to stay.
I would like to see Tomlin with a grade A quarterback like Roethlisberger and see what he can do.
They cannot go into the next season as we're going into this season with Pickett and the guys who are the backups like they did this year. They cannot do
Kenny
that.
Pickett is not the guy.
No.
Just like Desmond Ridder is not the guy.
They cannot do
Poverty 1, poverty 2, welcome to flag football. That's what they should be doing. Sorry, just what it is.
Flag.
Belichick, wait a second. It's not confirmed.
No, it's not confirmed,
Belichick
but it's
to the
looking like
Falcons?
there's a
It's
deal.
not yet.
No. But he met with the Falcons, and both parties were very happy with the meeting, and that it looks like it is going in the direction in which he might sign with the Falcons.
Just know
It's not like speculation. There's talk
I'm
going on.
going to give you a bold take right now, and
Give it to
and
him.
I'm going to put this out there, maybe with a clip on Twitter or something, because so if it happens, I look like I'm the smartest guy in the world. So I believe if Belichick signs there, Justin Fields is going to end up in a Falcons jersey, and the Falcons are going to go to the Super Bowl next year.
To the Super Bowl.
If Belichick goes to the Falcons, I think Fields goes to the Falcons. I think the Falcons give the Bears the 8th pick.
Correct.
I think the Bears take that 8th pick for Justin Fields. I think they take Caleb Williams, which is just poverty. Hate it. And guess what? I'll be wearing an ATL stuff. After all my hate this year, you're going to see me in ATL gear all year next year when Fields goes and wins a Super Bowl with Belichick. That's my bold prediction is if Belichick goes there, I think they go get Fields. Because they were Justin Fields away from being in the playoffs this year.
There has been a lot of talk that they could make that trade for the 8th and get Justin Fields. That would be interesting if Belichick was the coach when they did that. Speaking of coaches, are you shocked that cousin Jerry Jones is riding the Mike McCarthy train going into next season?
McCarthy must be married into that family because when you're loyal to a fault like this, it hurts you. And I'm guilty. I've been loyal to people that have hurt me in the past. You just can't have a team like that and not at least win one playoff game. You just can't.
Do you want to know something crazy?
Just can't.
You want to know how much time flies?
How?
Mike McCarthy
Yes.
will be going into his 5th season already as the Dallas head coach.
And it's not work. I mean,
That's
it's working.
how long Jason Garrett's been gone and he's been in there. Does it seem like 5 years?
No, because
it doesn't.
It doesn't at all. COVID really screwed me up there.
But guess what he doubled down and said in his presser?
Our team is right there.
The first half of it was that he was mentally and emotionally, just completely out of it. And that he was going to have to take a lot of things in consideration before he could talk about things. He ended it, though, on the second half by saying that this is a championship team and I'm a winner and I will figure this out. So I got news for you. He threw himself into a large Cowboy Nation fire. If he doesn't put that team to good use next year, that team better hum.
Better run the ball, buddy. Better give Tony Pollard the ball and run it. That's all I'm going to say. It's got how I feel. Okay. Going back to the Bears with the Justin Fields situation. Mm-hmm. There's a rumor that Cliff Kingsbury, which he is interviewing, is going to end up on the Bears, which then in turn would mean it's a pretty good chance that Caleb Williams comes to Chicago.
Correct.
I don't like it. I don't like Caleb Williams. I'll let him know that when he gets here. I'm not afraid to tell him. To me, you got to prove yourself. You've been barking a lot, and I saw a backup quarterback put up 50 or 60 points in the bowl game, so I don't really give a shit about your feelings. Show me you're good, because I don't think you're worth the first round. I don't. You're a West Coast quarterback throwing in a spread offense. I'm not impressed. Are you impressed? You're an actual coach. Like, you know football better than I do. And I say that maybe I'm sharper with the lines and this and that, but as a football player, you're sharper. Do you believe in Caleb Williams? And it's okay to say yes.
I know it is. The thing is that I see a lot of great things in him, and I see a lot of things that I would like to see toned down. But the one thing that does catch my eye is that in all the playmaking ability, all the good footwork, and all of the rocket arm strength ability.
Yes.
The thing that stands out to me most is that he did, in fact, limit a lot of turnovers in college.
I watch the only attribute that I will give him
is
his
a
ability,
big deal.
His ability to throw on the run.
Yeah.
It's like a baseball player.
Yeah.
He's got that.
He has to be in the right scheme, though. He's athletic enough to get by as a starting franchise QB. I do believe that, but he has to be in the right scheme. He has to have the right coaching. And you know that we are infamous for doing that wrong.
I will give Eberflus a lot of credit. Him calling Kingsbury is him putting his ego aside, saying, I need some young guy to come and show me what to do with my wife, the wife being the Bears. Get the innuendo there. I don't know what to do with this thing anymore. I need you to help me out. Come in the bedroom and show me how to play some O. Long story short, I do think that Kingsbury would be a great sign. I just wish that he would do it with Fields personally.
This would be, though, the ideal time in Bears franchise history to make a splash as big as grabbing an OC with a name like Cliff Kingsbury.
I can agree with that.
Because the Bears have always put the monster of the midway mantra, defense first.
Yeah, not to mention, we signed the most vanilla, generic, bread with no butter offensive coordinators you could ever dream of.
Ever.
Mark Trustman.
Right.
I mean, I could just
This
keep
is
going.
like a Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
People,
oh, my God.
Could you imagine the radio shows?
My wife will be like, hey, that's an attractive offensive coordinator. I like him in town. Yeah. I'm like, hey, you skinny little West Coaster, get away out of here.
Cliff is something else.
All right, but here, next is Jim Harbaugh, is he going to leave Michigan? Is Jimmy leaving Michigan?
He's taking NFL interviews.
He is. Is this a negotiation tool because he just won a championship?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm calling he might be bluffing. I can't really figure out if the opportunity was given that he would still leave Michigan.
I think, okay, weird take. Well, first off, do you know there's a chance that he can go to LA?
Yes. He has interviewed
If he
there.
goes to LA, he could maybe possibly, and I'm not saying the Chargers would ever want to get rid of Herbert, but there's a chance where he can go to LA and possibly bring JJ to the Chargers, someone was saying. And I'm like, stop it. Herbert's better than JJ McCarthy. I don't want to hear that narrative. But people are speculating. People are like, hey, you could trade Herbert for 4 first-round picks right now.
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
understand.
just saying.
Here's what I don't understand, though. How do the executives of an NFL team,
Yes,
how do they sit around in an office and stare at each other in this day and age right now with guys like Joe Flacco, Mason Rudolph, Tommy DeVito, Tyrod Taylor, let's keep going. Marcus Mariota was going to start a game or two this year. Who else can we name? Oh, Joshua Dobbs. I love Joshua Dobbs.
I said this. A friend, he's a friend of ours now, Chad Kelly.
Yeah.
If he's not in the NFL getting an opportunity at some point next year, the NFL, it is political then. Because Chad Kelly won the MVP of the Canadian Football League. He has shown nothing but progress.
A dominant college player.
In college, he was the man.
Yeah. He was
Get
good.
this man on a team. He reminds me of Brett Favre. It's time.
But how do these execs look at each other and say, you know what we could do? We could get rid of this already solidified franchise QB by even getting 4 first-rounders or whatever they're going to get.
I'm just speculating.
I'm just saying. And
They're speculating.
It would do no justice because the position is that watered down.
I agree with you. I'm with you there 100%. Okay. KC, Buffalo, interesting matchup. Does this matchup mean more to the Chiefs or to the Bills?
It means so much more to the Bills to me.
My only fear is in this game, both teams have a chip on their shoulder because the Chiefs get to say, everyone thinks we suck and we're road dogs. And then the Bills get to say, we've never beat them and it's our time. It's our moment.
Yeah.
It's who we are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that.
This playoff rivalry runs deep.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs have consistently won these games and then have gone on to either, mostly win the Super Bowl. So here's the bottom line.
I'm listening.
This is his time to shine. It's his time to knock Mahomes off the pedestal in the AFC, try and seize control and give himself an opportunity to then go ahead and play a guy like Lamar.
Which is interesting. I don't hate it.
Or you could see Lamar versus Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, they would love either way, as long as the Ravens do what they're supposed to do, we are either going to get the Mahomes Lamar or the Allen, Lamar, AFC.
So you're already
matchup.
counting out the Texans with a statement like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm counting out the Texans.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, when you speak like this, it gets me going.
It makes me listen. I have no bad blood against the Texans. In fact, I've rooted for them all year. I've said it many times. I told you guys months and months ago, get DeMeco Ryans plus 400 to win Coach of the Year. That's how much I had faith in the Texans. He's gonna win it.
He should.
And bottom line is, I love C.J. Stroud, an Ohio State man, a guy that I love.
Lost the national championship for $1.2 million for me, but it was the kicker. Kicker couldn't do his job. Unbelievable. Okay, San Francisco is minus 185 to win the NFC championship. Wild. I mean, I get it, but wild.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for a Shanahan-LaFleur matchup. People are referring to this as a old school power on power matchup of matchups.
That's 49ers, Packers, power on power now.
That's literally what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
People are loving this. They're loving the classic teams facing each other.
This reminds me of NFL films, this matchup.
The problem is the Packers are 10-point underdogs, pretty much.
Yeah.
10.
There is a little bit of a chippy bad blood there between Shanahan and LaFleur.
There is.
Yeah, this rivalry is only going to rise up to the top as the Packers get better. I've mentioned many times, I think the Packers have a superstar QB that they can build around and continue to make runs at the playoffs. But with that being said, cousin, I think the Niners are going to absolutely handle their business.
You do. Just done.
Just
done.
Quick.
I can't.
I think the Niners are on a week of rest, and they're saying, hey, guys, really good performance against Dallas, but you did have to fly to Dallas, and now you got to fly all the way over here 4 hours to catch a crack.
So you're counting out. Not only did you count out the Texans already, you're counting out Green Bay as well.
Counting them out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're out.
Okay. Super Bowl of tomorrow. Mm-hmm. If the Super Bowl was tomorrow,
Yep.
are you taking Stroud or Love? I'm taking Stroud.
If the Super Bowl was tomorrow, Love, Stroud, leading your team out of the tunnel to the Super Bowl, you're taking Stroud.
Yes.
Why?
I believe in Stroud's ability just to be calm in the moment. I think Love really loves himself. I see him kind of like the showboat side of him come out.
He does have a little showboat.
I don't blame him.
But so does Mahomes.
I'm okay with the showboat.
Yeah.
Like I like when people flex when they win.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Some guys thrive off
Well,
of
just
that.
like last night, there was a controversy that the Texas coach said, "Why are you doing horns down? The UCF players beat them." And I'm like, "Oh, stop it! Like, win the game if you don't want them to do the horns down."
Literally.
But long story short, I pick Stroud. I like his arm. I like his ability to make the NFL look like college, which is very difficult to do. Like the way that Stroud was playing reminded me of some Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Like a pro version of Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, he does have professional play extension ability. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but somehow he uses the right angles.
He goes back, and as he comes back, he brings the defender with him, and then just knows how to float the ball 30 freaking yards in the air and drop it right into the guy's arms. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's nasty.
It gets me going.
Yeah. I like him. I also like Jordan Love.
You love Love.
I love Love.
You love Love.
Honestly, if I had to go into the Super Bowl tomorrow, I have to go in with Love.
Okay. I mean, I like that we're kind of opposites there. It makes me feel good.
It does make me feel good too.
Maybe we'll have that matchup one day.
You know what? Maybe we will. But for now, I'm going to take you to Fantasyland. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to close my eyes and be prepared.
All right. So you just said we're going to tie Fantasyland into a statement that you just said, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So C.J. Stroud
Got it.
is your starting quarterback. We are now in Fantasyland.
Yep.
Okay. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just came down from behind. Just got done with a 6-play, 72-yard, electrifying, game-tying drive.
Got it.
3 seconds remain in the Super Bowl.
Got it.
Ball's at the 2.5-yard line. Mm-hmm. The coach has already pulled you over to the side, CJ, and he's already said, listen, we have no choice. We're on the main stage. We just spent $3,000 on a Doritos commercial. It's a big night. We're going for 2. Okay?
Wow.
Okay?
Got it.
Says, hey, everybody's watching. We got Beyonce up there. We got everybody in this
We're going
bitch.
to win this bitch.
We're winning this thing. It's in Las Vegas this year, too.
I'd love that.
It's really hot. There's a couple guys over in the win booth their dreams could be shattered if this goes for 2. I mean, the public could just absolutely trounce Vegas.
Get a beating.
With this 2-point conversion. What is the play you're drawing up? You are the coach. You are that guy. Be that guy. What play am I seeing right now?
And my quarterback is?
CJ Stroud.
I am snapping the ball.
Okay.
I am going to roll one way or the other with the option to run it in, or I'm going to kick it to 2 other guys that are streaking from the left side of the field. So roll right,
Okay.
2 streakers, and 1 planter. And the planter, I want him to be a tight end.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Who, if you got to pick, which wide receiver is the streaker?
Streaker would be Nico Collins.
Okay. And which wide receiver is cutting across the field in the end zone?
I would want, so they run a lot of double tight end. So I'd want Dalton Schultz to be running the back end zone, a little taller guy.
Okay.
With that option to
little
throw it up
juicier
top.
beef along
Yeah.
the boundary.
And then I would like maybe Singletary to get out there and
Into the
run
flat.
and run that flat across the field.
And then CJ could turn up
yes,
and run it
that's
in.
what I'd want.
And if you were CJ now,
Yes.
would you run it in? Or would you listen, there's a 50-50 shot. You're running now, right? Towards
Yes.
the pylon.
Uh-huh.
You can dive and hit the pylon and run it in. Or you can kind of extend to the side and flip it 50-50 shot up to Schultz.
The narcissist in me makes me want to just go and touch the pylon and put it over the line and be the hero. Personally.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you imagine if the Super Bowl came down to CJ Stroud with the rock in hand for 2
Like that.
in Las Vegas?
Lord, that'd get me going. I'd be there too. I'll be there.
I hope you guys got going just now when we entered fantasy land. It got deep.
Fantasy land. All right, boys, we're going to talk matchups. Here we go. Houston versus the Ravens.
Oh.
You already told me that you're out on the Texans. Are you taking the Ravens minus 9.5 though?
I'm not.
You're not.
In fact, I think that the Texans are going to play great in this game. I think the Texans come in this game 6th against the run, and because of that, they're going to make Lamar put his best performance on. I do think he steps up to the challenge. I think the Ravens win, but I don't think they dominate.
And I'm going to give you my pick. I am taking an adjusted line here. I am taking under 45 for this game. I think that over 80% of the public is going to be on the over, and I'm going to adjust it to 45 at minus 135, and that's what it is. So that's what I'm going to take. Minus 135, under 45.
Marco, I want to tell you something.
Let's hear it.
I am giving out my Super Bowl pick this year.
Wait, right now?
Yep, right now.
Like already?
It's yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens of Baltimore, to win the Super Bowl.
So not the Niners.
Plus 290, the Ravens of Baltimore to win the Super Bowl. And if I was you guys, I'd sprinkle plus 350, Lamar Jackson to win Super Bowl MVP.
You're giving us some future juicy too. I don't hate that. Okay. Next
How
game.
do you like that Super Bowl MVP, though?
I mean, it's hard to hate that. I mean, if he gets
Plus
there,
350.
If he gets there, he would technically probably be the MVP.
I think he goes insane in that game if he gets there.
Yeah, I remember a Super Bowl game, Ravens Niners flashback. Power went out in the stadium.
How about that?
Chaos in the game, and the
You remember
Ravens won that game.
You remember the run back?
Yeah, I had
after?
the Ravens in that game. Wow. Yeah.
What a game.
Actually, when the lights went out, little TMI, I was not married at this time. I wasn't even with my wife, so I don't want any DMs to the wife here. I was, the lights went out, the power went out in the stadium. I went in the car, caught a headshot. I did. I felt necessary to tell you that because that's the memory. Not only did I win the Ravens Super Bowl bet, I got a headshot at the long extended halftime.
The long extended halftime, it extended so much, you got out to the car for a headshot.
It was really nice. She did
Lights
a great
went
job.
out. Hey, listen, we don't want to sit here.
Hey, why don't I give you some halftime gabagool? You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Little halftime gabagoo.
Just saying, she was good. Okay, next one. Bang. Here we go.
And Annie wanted you to know.
Hey, sorry. I can't live out good memories.
Oh,
I got nothing left, brother. I'm married. 3 kids. That's all I got is memories. All right, here we go. Packers versus Niners.
Yep.
Packers are plus 350. They're plus 9.5. This scares me, and I'm going to tell you why. The Niners are expected currently to score 30.5 points. That means that they will not be stopped. The over-under in this game is 50. I just don't have a pick for you in this game right now. Maybe I'll feel one out and find one that I love, But right now, I mean, they're pretty much saying that Christian McCaffrey's going to run all over. They have him at an over-under of 91.5.
Christian McCaffrey over 90 rushing yards. There's a prop for you guys in this game. I'm taking Christian McCaffrey 90-plus rushing against the 28th ranked Green Bay Packer defense.
I mean, you said that right away.
That's all I could do.
If you told me, Marco, you have to pick a line, I'm taking the Niners minus 9 and minus 9.5 and money line. I would have to take both just to cover the spread. So that would have to be what I take there if you put a gun to my head personally. But okay, the next game we're going to talk about, and it sucks because I was all over the Lions, but it's the line 6.5, and I can't do that. So unfortunately, I got to take the Lions here, or I got to take the Buccaneers plus 6.5 because it's my goddamn rule of thumb, and I can't go against my rule of thumb. I can't. I think the Lions win though. I think the Lions win, and I think the Bucs cover. That's what I think.
I'm so glad you said that.
I
think the Lions win for all you crazy Detroit people that attack me. The Lions are probably going to win. However, I do think the Bucs can cover in this game. I'll tell you what I am taking, though. I'm taking Baker Mayfield to throw for 250. I'm parlaying that with Mike Evans to get 50 yards. So 250 from Baker and 50 from Evans. That should pay pretty good.
Huh, I like that. A little prop action.
I'll tell you another thing I like in this game. You ready?
Let's hear it.
So let's see if you're buying or selling this. Over under 48.5.
Got it.
Now I want you guys to know this.
7 touchdowns.
The Bucs come into this game with the 28th ranked passing defense.
They should get shredded.
The Lions come into this game with the number 27 passing defense.
Should just be thrown all over the place.
Jared Goff is at an over under 275 yards in this game.
My God.
Jared Goff.
You know what? I'll just take Jared Goff over his yardage. I'll put that as one of my picks.
Done.
I'll do that.
Done. You heard it.
I can see that.
I would look at the over and maybe catch it on an adjusted if you do see it move up until the time.
But I do have to take plus 6.5.
I do want to mention one other thing.
But what? You can't sway me anymore. We talked for an hour.
The Lions, I always tell everyone
what
they do not perform well against teams they can't run the ball on.
And I know the Buccaneers stop the run.
They're number 5 against the run.
They do.
I think the Bucs are going to hang around in this game. I really do.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is an interesting match. To me, this is the most interesting matchup of the weekend. And I know a lot of you are going to say, what are you talking about? The game after this is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Billies. I don't have a pick in this game. I just don't. I lean Bills, personally. Anytime I see the Chiefs getting plus points, I think, that's a trip.
Even this year, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because I feel like a lot of people don't really necessarily believe in the Chiefs.
I'll just give a pick. I'm going to take the Bills minus 145. I just think that when I see the Chiefs at plus 120 and I see the Chiefs at plus 2.5, I just see, you know what I see? Just everybody running to the counter and saying, I'll take the Chiefs plus 120. Hey, cuz, I got to take the Chiefs. I'm getting plus money on my 100.
Hey, you know that guy 15, Mahomes? She's pretty good.
Hey, you're telling me I get Mahomes and Swift for plush money? You know?
Hey, listen, you know they want Swift to be in the Super Bowl. They're trying to make a buck.
Every Italian guy in Chicago right now is coming to me and saying, hey, I don't know if anybody told you, but the NFL, it's an entertainment business. And they're going to put that Taylor, they're going to put that, and I'm not, look at me, I'm not calling her a B-I-T-C-H. I like her. She's cool. They're going to put that B, they're going to put that B, they're going to put her in the moment.
Listen, they got to put this broad in the Super Bowl if they want to drive up ratings.
My daughter showed me the TikTok, it said Swifty on it. That's all I'm going to say. But guys, this is the end of the show. We gave you some picks, we gave you some drama, we gave you maybe some future action. Lamar plus 350 from my man here.
Little
to
future.
be Super Bowl MVP. I think this is going to be a really fun week of football. I'm looking forward to sitting back, watching it. I do think, before I get off, there will be a scare from one of these teams that are ranked by a lot. So these teams that are 9.5 point favorites, there will be a scare somewhere. I'm trying to sniff out which it is. Stay tuned and I'll let you know. Just stay on my stories. You know how it works. We'll see you guys soon. We love you. Goodbye. Green Beans, you're coming next week.